Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon, here on SQUIDcraft, Liara's patron server. So, today we're going to be doing a little bit of work around town, just getting some stuff decorated and various projects finished. But first, I think we're going to move Price Reducer here into his new home in the trading hall. We'll have to give his office a fancy title or something like Deputy of Sales. Alright, so now that he is in there, we can get to work on what we are actually going to be working on today, at least our first project for today, which is we are going to be working on building up the roof of the train station that we built almost a year ago. Alright, so right over here is the train station, and it has been quite a while since I've actually gone over to work on this thing, but we have quite a bit of work to do. I think I've only gotten these sidewalls in, but we've got what looks to be some creeper holes here to patch, and some of these walls look like they got caught up in the blast. So I think I'm gonna go get those filled in and probably put in a floor here as well, get it actually finished up, and then I will be right back. Alright, so the walls are all repaired and the floor is in. Oh, all the walls except this side back one here. That's because I want to do something a little different with this one, and instead of make it perfectly flat like the others, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go out a couple blocks over. We're going to go out a couple blocks over here. We're going to put a pillar right over here-ish. Yeah, right here. And then going to do a 3-block gap, put another one, and that's going to make this back wall here kind of curve out. Yeah, that looks good. We just need to place some of these with birch and bring it up to the full height, which, by the way, I increased that by 1 from what we had before, so we now have an extra block on top of where our stone bricks were. And part of that is because I want to add some detail work up there above that. Since we still need to go gather a bit more oak wood, let's pillar up here. Yes, I'm fresh out of scaffolding. And what we are going to do is we're going to put some basalt on top of here as an accent. And then just to keep things the same, we'll put another line along here. That way we have the dark gray stripe along the top of the interior. And then what I think we'll do is short pillar there, cross beam there, and then we'll put a nice big glass window right into there. We'll do the same thing on the other side here, which apparently I did not put any more acacia up there. Oh, hello there, Moth.
While you're here, can I convince you to invest in my new cryptocurrency? It's called Fraud Coin, but don't worry. The name is just ironic.
Nothing good. And no, not interested in your currency, Moth. And we have this side here, where I believe we're going to use acacia for this side. I might change my mind and put some more basalt. Yeah, you know what, let's actually do basalt here as well and do the same sort of thing we did for the doorways. And 2-block tall gap and a block out on either side. I think maybe we'll put a trapdoor on there, that way mobs can't just walk in, except for baby zombies. So I'm gonna go get the rest of those walls put in and probably get the window here as well. And then when I come back, we will go and work on the roof. Alright, so now that we have the walls all in, it's time for us to put on the roof. And for that, we need to come over here to our center mark, or what was the center. Well, this still kind of is. And we need to bridge out here. And we'll mark out a square here, right here in the center of the building. Just a 3x3 square. Alright, so there we go. That's the scaffolding that we were looking for. Then we'll have pillars here, and that will be for a small clock tower, which will sit right here. We'll wall that in with some brick and granite eventually. For now, let's just get the actual roof in, which will be made of spruce wood, or well, mostly spruce stairs. And then what we will do is on the second layer of basalt here, we will put some black stone, except for right here in the center where we will have some going up to our clock tower wall. And then along the inside of this area, we will fill in with glass. So we will make it too wide here where the black stone reaches it. And then we'll go up by 1, bring this all the way around, and then we will bring it up to a flat central 3. And that will basically be our roof. I just need to repeat this on the other side here and finish doing the details. But I will go take care of that off camera and be back with you to see the final product. Alright, so the roof of the train station here is done. I think all that really remains would be to put clocks on the clock tower up on the top there. But otherwise, this place is complete. So we should probably move our junk chest out. So next, we just got a few more things to do around town. We've got paths that need to be put in, leading to some of our new buildings, such as the Squid here, which is basically a little music box dance hall thing built by DJ Johnny Phi. We also have a new ice shop here by Gear, as nice for a pretty reasonable price. And we also have our route into the ravine, as well as the beacon shop here, which reminds me we need to use our coupon for that. We have a new shop here. What's in here? Assorted evils and otherworldly items. Eye out for changing discounts. Coming soon, coming soon. Diamond for 16 wither roses. 1 diamond for 3 stacks of blackstone. It's not too bad. Diamond for 3 stacks of salt. Diamond per stack of bones. Diamond for 2 stacks of endstone. That's not too bad. But we need to get some pathways going out in this area now. Because although this half over here of Spawn Town is pretty well decorated, I've basically not touched that side yet. Anyway, I've been told that the dye shop over here is selling some mini block preparation kits, or I don't know what exactly they're called. Find out. Mini block dye kits, pre-named, include shulker. 6 diamonds each. Ooh. That is a good deal. Can't wait for those to get added. So let's grab, let's see what's in the other chest here. Let's even the chest out and grab one of those. Put our payment in. And I think that'll be good. Although going around to all these shops reminds me that we need to stock ours. Let's see, let's check on the Thagomizer. Oh! We have diamonds in here, apparently. Okay, I don't remember stocking that, but okay, I might have. But let's put some stock in here. I still need to gather more. Let's actually put a price sign in here. We're going to do 1 diamond for 3 stacks, mostly because once I actually get one of my farms going, we should get plenty of those, especially if I use one of the lower AFK points. Which, speaking of that, let's check what's in the Moth head. Ooh! Got some interesting heads in there. A couple blazes, bunch of villagers, spiders, fox head. We don't have a fox head yet. Oh, I may have to go grab some of those. So I may have to go grab something to swap out for a fox head. But first, we need to get something actually in our storage chests, or barrels anyway. And for that, we need to get the mob head farm up and running, which that is just about complete. Been mostly working on that on streams, but that has just got to get the villagers in, and then it'll be fully done. So instead, what I think we're going to do is we are going to head out to the community guardian farm, and we're going to put a couple farms to get some of the mob heads we can't get from the head farm, namely mushrooms and tropical fish and pufferfish. Alright, so here we are at the community guardian farm. And as you can just see on the horizon over there, we have a mushroom island. And you can't quite see it from here, but on the other side we have a coral reef. So we're going to be building up a farm at each, but let's start with the mushrooms, because that one is going to be the easier farm. So we just need to find a nice place over in this island. I guess right here looks pretty flat. And what we're going to do is we are going to basically build a giant catch tray up in the sky, build a giant spawning platform with some trapdoors on it. And since mushrooms are the only things that spawn in here, if we build this high enough that we don't get any spawns down here, we will be able to get plenty of mushrooms to basically spawn up there, and then they will fall into the collection tray and into a trident killer. So if we get our scaffolding that we don't have because we constantly forget it. You know what, let's just use mushroom blocks. Why not? We're here in the mushroom island. Alright, so we now have a nice big long staircase here in. So now what we're going to do is from this platform here, we're going to go in about 8 blocks. So and then we will have the Trident Killer right here in the middle, but since this is the standing platform, let's get a bit more space on there. And we will build up a ring right along there, so that's where our pistons are going to go. So we need another layer around for our redstone. Here, put blocks in all of the corners. Let's mark out that center. Guess we use stem blocks. This way we now know where the center is, because I do not have any pistons on me. But we can just build around them. We'll leave this side here open. So we need piston here, so that can be solid block. Be piston there, solid. Piston, solid, piston. Do solid there, I guess. That way we can actually get this. And we will just have a nice little short drop chute here, mostly because we don't need to drop them that far because we're going to be using a Trident Killer. But now what we can do is we can build up our catch tray platform here, and that will be 8 blocks around because that's how long water flows, and it'll be easiest just to do a simple 1-layer water stream. Suppose we could do more if we really wanted to, but I don't need the most efficient farm in the world. I just need one that works, and I don't feel like making multiple layers of water stream. So I will go get that all built up, and then I will be right back. Alright, so we've got the entire platform here in. We just need to put in the walls around here, but it looks like we have a moth down here. So
this time, it's not a pyramid scheme. I promise.
Somehow I don't believe you. It looks like he's selling... Oh.
Are you ready to make 3
sand?
Come on, I tried.
Don't know why that didn't...
I barely know her.
Oh, that's not a mini block. Oops. Never mind.
Are you ready to make 3 home?
But Moth now has mini blocks. We need gravel. I don't have either of the other 2, but we should be able to find some gravel around here. And although I did get that sand, maybe we can get some gunpowder. Might be some over by the Guardian farm. Let's go check. But basically what has happened is Moth now sells mini blocks from the pack by Foxy No Tail, which means that we can trade an emerald and a block to get the mini form. Okay, no gunpowder, but we do have gravel in there. Oh, I do have some gunpowder. How much TNT will that get me? 2. I'm short 3 gunpowder. Alright, so I managed to get the last bit of gunpowder we needed for the last block of TNT.
My products
So
are
let's
so good.
sell
I don't even know which ones are knockoffs.
gravel.
Fire it up, Daddy-o.
Come on, I barely know her.
And we need more emeralds.
While you're here,
So we
can I
can get
convince you
that
to invest
TNT.
my... This time, it's not a pyramid. It's called fraud
Alright,
coin.
we don't have
Don't
the
worry,
white
don't worry.
stained
The
glass.
name is just ironic.
Although I suppose we could probably get some. And red wool. I'm fresh out of wool. And I don't think there's any string over here at all. Or red dye. And basically what we can do with these is we can place these down, and they're basically just a miniaturized version of the block. But we effectively trade 1 emerald and a block to get 8 of the mini blocks. And as you can see, they come in all sorts of blocks. Alright, so moth distraction taken care of. We can now get the last touches on our collection tray in. And we'll just have stairs going along here, which is what we will waterlog. And that's mostly because it'll be easier just to do that than to build up an extra wall. Though I suppose with the blocks we could have. Oh well. Alright, so now with the collection system here all in, we can go and build up the spawning platform up here. So this needs to be up at Y134 as the minimum because of how spawning works. And we just need some mycelium here as our platform. So we are effectively just going to be building a lattice work with 2x2 holes. And we're going to fill those holes with trapdoors here along the edges of the holes, so that when the mushrooms spawn up here, they think that this is a full block and they fall and drop down. And then they're going to fall down into the water collection system, which is just going to push them into the trident killer, where we will get the drops, and we'll get heads from them, because the trident kills count as a player kill. So I'm going to go get the rest of this platform built up, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so now that our platform is in and has all the trapdoors in, we can add in lights, because we want to keep this thing fairly lit up. That way mushrooms will still spawn here at night. Now we still have to wait for some of this platform to get covered in mycelium, but these lights should speed that process up. And since we don't have to look at this most likely ever again, unless we decide to add in more platforms, which we very well might, we'll just use torches. So now that that's all lit up, if we glide down here, let's put some glass in the wall here. That way we can actually see what's going on in there. Alright, so now if we flip that lever real quick, I'll turn on the trident killer. And if we stand here for a while, we should hopefully see some mushrooms fall in. Ah, there we go. Farm works. So now if we wanted to, we could just AFK here for a while. Or at least until our storage system is full. We just have a basic one chest collection system in there for now. We'll probably eventually add in a smeltery. That way we can cook up all the beef that we get from this. And probably something to get rid of all of the leather because there is way too much of it. So now that we got this farm working, it's time to head off to the other side of the Community Guardian farm where we have a coral reef. So what we're going to do over here is we're basically just going to build a giant spawning platform for tropical fish and puffer fish. And hopefully we should get some fish heads from that. It's not going to be very efficient, and it'll probably be more efficient for us to just swim around here slicing at fish. But it should get us some fish heads passively. Alright, so I've built the kill chamber here. Still need to waterlog those pistons down there, which I made a derp and I put the redstone on the same level as the pistons here. So I have to raise those all up by a block, or just drop the pistons. But if we get back on top of our structure here, we have the starts of our spawning platform here for the tropical fish. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to go up by one in this 2x2 blocks. And we're basically just going to build a giant square like that. Since tropical fish pathfind against the water streams, figured if we have a bunch of spaces where they're basically dropping down, should hopefully work to reduce the amount of time that they're up here. I doubt it, and I very much doubt this is going to work, but hopefully we'll get some tropical fish heads. If not, we just built the most complicated fish farm ever, and we'll just go hunt for them by hand. So I'm going to go get this built up and ready for water, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I've already gone and added some of the water in for this half of the farm. And as you can see, if we just put in the water in the corners there, we miss quite a few spaces on each side. So in order to stop that, we need to put in signs. And those will just serve to stop the water flowing where we don't want it to. So just with the addition of a few signs, we can already see that we're starting to get water flowing across the corners, which is how we want it to be. And then once we get the water flowing how we want it to, we can remove the signs. So now if I've gotten this thing to actually work properly, they should spawn in those layers there, and they should be somewhat pushed down into the center, where they will drop through the hole and into the kill chamber. So I'm going to go get the rest of this water in and fix the center line here because that needs to be all covered in signs. That way it stays a little bit lower than the outside so that hopefully all the fish get pushed to it. And then I will be right back to turn on the machine. Alright, so the water streams are in, and as you can see we already have some puffer fish in here. Only a couple of them, but if we flip this lever real quick, there we go. Now we should start seeing some fish get pushed into here, and then we can watch them get hopefully turned into heads. But this will also give us some more bones, because I need more sources of bones, but this is probably going to be a very slow farm. So I think that's where I'm going to leave you all for today. I'm just going to stand here in AFK in the middle of this ocean, more or less. So thank you all so much for coming. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye!